Hi, I have to do part 4 on my camera, on my laptop, because my camera's overheated, so there we go, not something I can really control. But for the last part, which is literally right at the end, is about blaming others for negative outcomes. Oh no, sorry, having a facade. And for me, I was like, when I was younger, I used to have like a facade. Like, we all have like coping strategies and have like ego things that we gravitate towards. We might have like exacerbated parts of our ego, like for the stage of life we were at. So when I was younger, I found like I used humour a lot for like a coping strategy, in order to like protect myself, just kind of cope with the people-pleasing mentality I'd adopted, and sort of seem to be socially afloat, if you like. And then as a teenager, I developed this sort of like timid, small, frail person. I think as a bit of a screw you to my younger self and being the rebellious person you kind of become as a teenager. And in my 20s, I just feel like I had this, or early 20s, I had this like secure social facade. But I feel like there is also like a level of truth to all of that stuff. Like, when you are younger, you are silly and you do have a lot of humour. When you're a teenager, you do become rebellious and you're kind of growing up into a woman, you're a bit insecure. And when you're in your 20s, you do want to be social and secure and stuff. So I think it's forgiving myself those ego things, because I think I've just like beat the word ego up so much recently. And I do think it's important to do ego work, which this is ego work, but being rejecting like a ego mentality of yourself, which is natural, is also going to be unhealthy. So and then I think this is one of the last ones. So love languages. There are 5 love languages, but I think it's about basically putting in an amount of energy into something that you're willing to lose in terms of love or love languages. Like, and I think this is where a lot of relationships go wrong. People go with good intentions walking into any sort of relationship or friendship, but they don't really consider the amount of energy it takes to maintain that relationship. So it's either about navigating the relationships that you have, that amount of energy you're willing to invest, which is good for the relationship, but it might just be as impossible to navigate because you are so different. But it's important to recognise someone else's love language, whether it be like acts of service, physical affection, that sort of thing. There's 5 love languages, but it's important to realise how they communicate love personally, because we all do it in different ways, and we can't always do the same thing back to someone else. You can have you can have compatible love languages, or you can have different love languages. Because I think in one relationship I had, or a few actually, I think they had certain love languages that just weren't what I needed to receive. So it wasn't that they were bad people, and it wasn't that I was a bad person, but our love languages weren't compatible. So there can be other reasons why you can have bad relationships, but that was one of them. And I think that's everything, to be honest. So yeah, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and sorry if it dragged a bit at the end, but I just wanted to get it all out. For it was really interesting. I don't really want to do drag videos, but drag videos? No, I meant like, you know what I mean. So thanks for listening. Bye.